Hi, Pet the Podcast Editor here. The phrase "your network is your net worth" is very popular in the business world. And in today's episode, Dan and Lloyd give some tips on building real relationships within the industry. Let's take a look.
Trying to give some useful advice to people. We agree that you need to go, if you've got a business and you want to get customers, you need to build relationships somehow. You need to go out in person and meet people and build those relationships.
Okay.
What advice would you give if I was a new business? Hi, Lloyd. I need to build relationships.
My advice, one, I've got 1 point. You've probably got lots more useful stuff. So my one piece of advice would be yourself. Because if you start if like I used to, I go in as corporate,
dressed in a suit,
corporate Lloyd in a suit, and I'm not being myself at all.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got a marketing business. Yeah. I'll just send that over to the team back in the office.
The team was me.
Which was Dan. I think you never build a genuine relationship because they never actually know you.
And people can smell bullshit like that off a mile.
So I think it'd be much better. Like, be yourself, and you won't be everyone's cup of tea, but the 10% of people that you are aligned with, you will then have a relationship that actually means something and could be positive in the future, rather than being corporate Lloyd, trying to get everyone to like you, but never actually having a genuine relationship with anyone because you've got this. Oh, hi, I'm robotic, perfect businessman Lloyd.
It's easier said than done, though, because I think it is nerve-wracking when you first start going out there and meeting people, and it's a new business, so you literally have no experience, no evidence that you're good at what you do, and people are like, oh, what do you do? And you're...
Yeah, but I think you can still present yourself well, but be yourself.
Like, oh, I've just started, I'm new to this, but, you know...
What are your practical tips, Dan? That's my
I think if I was starting out again... I probably wouldn't go to those breakfast things. But what I would do is, step one, try and do some research to figure out where do your target market hang out. So, like, do they go to big events in London? Or do they go to, like, horse riding at the weekend? Or do they go, try and figure out where they go and spend time. Yeah. And then step two, go and hang out at those places or go to those events where your target market are and be your point of be yourself, try and have conversations. There's a really good book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, or Carnegie. Is it Dale Carnegie or Carnegie?
I think Carnegie.
Carnegie. And one of the biggest things I learned from that book, which is probably obvious to a lot of people, but is about showing interest in others. And I think Dad does this really well. A lot of my friends have met Dad and say, God, he asked me so many questions and it was so nice to talk to him. The reason it was nice to talk to him is because he's asking you...
That's interesting. Your dad sounds like a really good guy. Do you have a good relationship with him?
Yeah.
That's really great. Some people don't. And do you have other family?
I know what you're doing. I'm not going to play this game.
Okay.
So, there you have it. Now go and build some killer business relationships to take your professional career to the next level. To hear the full episode, jump back to Business Anchors podcast number 53, and we'll see you next week for another Knowlton Nugget.